evening, friends. My name is Sherry, and you're on the Ginger Chick channel. And I wanted to product test the Burpee 36 cell super cell seed starter. And the other day I started this one that had artichoke in it, and I did that video just a couple of days ago, and it's doing quite well. Now, I did just drizzle a little bit of water off the top onto my arm, but it's all good. But this has been doing pretty good. It's going to take a long time for this artichoke to actually germinate, so I've been keeping a good close eye on it and making sure it's not drying out, because that is, I'm testing this, so I am kind of concerned about that, but it has been doing very well. So I've already gotten my dirt pre-mixed and put into this 36 cell seed starter just to kind of save us a little bit on time. It is kind of late at night, but it happens when you work a full-time job, right? So anyway, I wanted to talk tonight about doing border flowers. There's lots of reasons why I want some border flowers, and I'm just going to tell you that I am going to be beekeeping here soon, so I need pollinator flowers here. And so Delphinium and Foxglove is the other one we're going to be doing. And Delphinium, it gets really tall, and they have these gorgeous spiky flowers. So if you look at these are, this particular one has some purples and pinks and some whites in it. And this one, it's the Pacific Giant mixed colors. So it's gonna be different colors. It's definitely gonna bring in the bees and the butterflies and the hummingbirds. And I absolutely love hummingbirds. I think they're so beautiful. And so again, these are going to be the background border of my flower gardens and of my summer food garden, my vegetable garden. The other mix I have is the Fantasia mix. Hopefully my light isn't flashing this one out. This particular seed packet is very shiny. But again, with the purples and the blues and the white flower. And then keeping with the Delphinium, this one is Blue Mirror. Now, I've already kind of opened these just to, again, save us some time. But this particular one is totally different looking. It is gorgeous, kind of an open flower, not like the tall, spiky ones that I have over here. And the other one I have is Foxglove, and I'm going to talk a little bit about this. Both the Delphinium and the Foxglove, they look very similar. This one's got some pinks, and I think I see a little red in that. This one is the Gloxinaflora mix. Gloxinaflora. Okay, there. And I will put in the description the name of all these seed packets, so that you guys, if you're looking for them, I'm sure you can find them. I will tell you that I have all kinds of different mixes here. So this is the American Seed Company. This one is Burpee, which is tried and true. I've done a lot of seeds starting with Burpees. Livingston, this is the first time I've ever used Livingston. And these two packets here came from my local extension office, and they were just giving away, I guess they're last year's seeds, but they were giving away last year's seeds, and I snatched them up. I was like, oh, who doesn't need gorgeous blues and pinks in their garden, right? So anyway, what I was gonna say about this Pacific Giant mix, the Fantasia mix, and the Foxgloves, they come in those big, tall kind of cones. These guys are gonna get, I have to look over at my notes real quick, but these guys are gonna get in the range from 4 foot to 6 foot tall. And this Blue Mirror is not gonna be quite as tall as those, so I'm gonna plant the Blue Mirror in front of these tall mixes. The other thing that is extremely important that I have to call out about these flowers is that these are not edible. And I will be growing edible flowers this year, but these I'm going to have to put like a little marker, do not eat these flowers. and they could be toxic to animals. And I have chickens, so I do have to be concerned about that. But I am going to be planting the foxgloves and the delphiniums in an area where they can't get to and my dogs can't get to, so that I don't have that concern. But they are gorgeous, and the hummingbirds are going to love them, and the bees and the butterflies. So I'm super excited to see how pretty our borders are going to be this year, and how pretty the garden's going to be this year, and how pretty the cut flowers are going to look on my table. Super excited about that too. Okay, so I'm just going to get started, and I'm going to kind of slightly, didn't mean to jar you so much, but I am going to turn you just a little bit so we can kind of pull this in. Now, if you recall, these Burpee SuperSeed cells, and I'm just going to poke a few holes in here. This particular one, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grids. So going this way is 1. And then up here I have A, B, C, D, E, F. And I know you probably can't see that on this screen because the molding is like impressed in it. So that's why it doesn't show up very well. But they're in a grid format that I can kind of take notes. So I have down here my notes of 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. So in this grid right here, I'm going to go ahead and do the Pacific Giant Mixed Colors in that cell section. That will give me 9 plants that I can, I'm going to aim you down a little bit. That'll give me 9 plants. I'm just going to quickly poke a little hole in each one of these guys. And my pre-moistened starter seed starter mix. Okay, I'm trying to get it all nice and mixed in there. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour a few of these into my hand. Packaging never wants to open. Okay. So can you see these tiny, tiny little seeds? Okay, now I'm gonna drop just a 1 or maybe 2, because I can't tell what I'm dropping. It matches the dirt. Into these little super cells. And if I get like too many flowers growing in these little packages, these little things, if I can't manually separate them out when I get ready to transplant them, then I'll just snip whichever one maybe doesn't look the nicest. And I'll do that with just a little like scissors, like fingernail kind of scissors, the tiny, tiny, sharp little scissors. That way I won't be pulling the roots and damaging the roots of everybody else in that seed cell. All right, so I'm gonna quickly make a note. 1, 2, 3, ABC grid is my Pacific Giant. Okay. Now, my next one is going to be the Delphinium Fantasia mix. The Fantasia mix. All right. So I'm going to quickly just poke some holes. Boop, boop, boop. And while I'm doing this and I'm starting these seeds, I would like to know what you guys like to use for your pollinators, or even if you have a specific border flower that you find absolutely gorgeous, just let me know in the comments. I will probably want to add that to my flower growing list, if at all possible. Okay, why is this seed packet being difficult? It's the one that's really shiny too. Okay, these seeds are a bit bigger than the last seeds. Look at these guys, a little bit bigger. Okay. So again, I'm gonna drop a few into the seed cell. This is a great way to test this seed cell product. I am gonna do this one a little bit different than the artichoke. I'm gonna go back over a couple of these. Okay, and the reason is because again, I'm testing this product, so I wanna kind of know what works best. And on the artichoke seed cell, I did not cover that in plastic, nor do I intend to. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Now this one, however, I'm going to cover my seeds. I'm going to cover this one with plastic to see, and we'll look at that here in a little bit, just to see if the seeds do better when they're covered in plastic than when they're not covered. Okay, so that was my seed cell A, and that is 4, 5, and 6. So ABC 4, 5, 6 was the Fantasia mix. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna do Foxglove in this one. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, D, E, and F. Rows D, E, and F. We'll do Foxglove. We'll take a look at these seeds and see how much different they are. Oh, these are tiny little seeds. Wow, look at these. Super, super tiny. Wow, okay. I'm gonna do, these will definitely come up as several because there is no way I'm gonna be able to pick out onesie twosies. I know some of you guys probably have tips and tricks on how to make getting tiny little seeds pulled out a lot easier. And if you have tips for that, please let everybody else know that in the comments, because that will help the rest of us glean from that information. And we all could be learning. I mean, we learn something every single day, right? All right, so that was Foxglove. Okay, last section, and that is D, E, F, and that is rows 4, 5, and 6. And so this one is Blue Mirror, again with the Delphinium. And they do look like the Delphinium seeds, just like them. Okay, so here we go. Oh wait, where's my holes? I almost forgot. Poke some holes, get you a little pencil, use a chapstick, whatever works for you. Some people like to get their fingers in the dirt. I'm all about it. Build up your micro rhizomes. All right, so let's drop a few seeds down in there. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. These are the Blue Mirror seeds. Okay. Blue Mirror. I am really looking forward to seeing how pretty these seeds are going to be when they are blooming. So they should be blooming. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. So these grow in zones 3 through 9, and they should be blooming early summer, throughout the summer. And on the back of one of the packets, it actually mentioned that it would be beneficial to have them mixed in with wildflowers. And I'm pretty sure that's just to make that more of like an accent, to make it look beautiful. Because if you're mixing with wildflowers, you're going to have a bunch of other colors. But if you've got specifically blue penetrated in there, that's really going to bring... Whoa. That's really going to bring beautiful color to your garden. Okay, so in this one, this is the test part where I'm doing this one a little bit different. I'm just going to take some plastic saran wrap and wrap it around the container, like so. And we're going to see how this is in just a couple of days. And if it needs more water, then I'll add more water, and I'll just keep an eye on it like I am the artichoke one. And this saran wrap does not want to act right, does it? Alrighty, well, I'm just going to close this up. We are totally done. Check that off the list, because I have needed to get these guys started for like a week now. So I am pretty far behind, but I'm happy to have that part done. And my bees are going to love it this summer when these flowers are blooming and they're coming in. And again, I'm gonna leave this in a warm, sunny place. Right now it is dark, so it will wait to go out to my sunroom where it will be a little bit warmer. It's gonna be cold tomorrow. But, oh, and that's another thing about these seeds. They do require a little bit of a cold spell before you plant them. So, quite a few seeds are actually like this. And I always store my seeds in the refrigerator throughout the winter or like during the summer if I'm not using them. And that way, I just know that's preserving them. They're in a cool, dry place. So, these seeds now have their cold start. And so hopefully being in the warm house, they will germinate and start to grow here in the, and that's the other part, 14 to 21 days. That is a long time for me to wait for these beautiful flowers to start to germinate. So anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. I have really enjoyed sharing kind of my flower passion and what I look forward to seeing for my bees. And just hit that like button, subscribe, see what I'm going to be growing next. And, you know, just let me know what your favorite border flowers are. Bye. Have a good night.